What advice would you give to a young gay person considering military service?
Hi, everybody. Can you hear me? Is it working? Yes. Okay. Well, I think joining the military is an experience that you can't capture in a book or a movie, although they do try often. And when you do this experience, it is a life-changing experience, and I would advise them, if they so desired, to consider it. I would also tell them what their other options are. And I would ask them what are their dreams and goals for their own lives. And I do believe that Don't Ask, Don't Tell is on the way out, but that we just have to be the catalyst to ensure that the president has no choice but to get rid of it. And that's one of the reasons why I'm a major activist. And those of you that know me in the field, and know I'm about every rally and every march we have in San Diego. The key thing is we have to keep the heat up. And I would tell the person that if you go in, but you're going to have to do something that goes against what you're taught in the military. Honor means you tell the truth. But if they ask you about if you're gay, you're going to have to deny it. You're going to have to sneak around and see the person you love privately and not let anybody know. And you're going to have to hope that nobody guesses, because often people do. They may guess wrong, and even if you're straight, they may accuse you of being gay, and you might actually get kicked out.
What I'd like to point out is that SLDN, the highest number of dischargers are folks who are 18 to 25. And unfortunately, some of them are not aware that there's a law. It sounds silly, but some people are not aware of that. Especially when some of the people complain, what do you mean I can't take my boyfriend to the military ball? So if you're going to have someone join the military and who is gay, I would ask that you educate them on the law. And as Lisa says, to consider what your priorities. If you really want to do be in the military, you're going to have to remain silent about who you really are until the law is passed.
Oh, that is a tough one for me, because when I enlisted in the military, because it was a stepping stone for me to reach my goal. And at the time, my goal was just to go to college. I had the grades, however, my family didn't have the money. We were very, very poor. I would tell, and it was a great experience for me. It was just the system, because you meet some great people and you have some great experiences. It's just the system, how it's set up, and is once again doesn't allow for LGBT people to openly live as a soldier. I would first ask the young person, what is the purpose and reason that they're going into the military? And I would honestly try to convince the young person to choose an alternative method to achieving their goal, maybe going to college or some vocational training, because honestly, if you go into the military, a young person today, they're living in different times where if you're a gay, lesbian, they have the opportunity to live openly, but you will have to go back into the closet and deny who you are. And I will give them experiences of things that happened to me as a person in the military, some people who perceive my sexual orientation, some of the things that happened to me. I would honestly persuade them not to go into the military, maybe go to college or some type of vocational training, just because I know what happened to me and I know it continues, that system. And unfortunately, it's better than it was when I went into the military, but we still got a long way to go.
I notice here that I'm the only non-veteran sitting up here, but I have had this conversation with young people going into the service, especially after 9/11. The main thing we do, as Evelyn has pointed out, is to try and get from them an idea as to why they want to do this. And it also depends upon the level in which the person has dealt with their own sexuality. A lot of the kids that are going in at the age of 18 may be running away from the fact that they're gay or trying to avoid it. But the fact of the matter is that as an 18-year-old or a 20-year-old or whatever, when they are going in there, they are no longer their own person. They belong to the United States government. And they have to get it through their mind that they don't have the same rights that they had on the outside. and they are going to have to live their lives in silence. Now, many of them every day make that choice and go into the service and are in the service and are able to deal with it, and many are not. But I think that more than anything, and it's one of the things that we try and do at SLDN, is to ensure, as to the greatest extent possible that we can, that those kids have the proper educational resources and information with regards to what might happen to them and what their options are if they find themselves the subject of an investigation. So really, it is a matter of information and trying to get them to understand exactly what they're getting into, because it's not just, Rambo and that kind of thing. It's a life-changing thing.
It occurs to me, I mentioned a couple of minutes ago that we had invited some people who have expressed different perspectives on Don't Ask, Don't Tell from the perspectives that have been presented here. As it turns out, the folks who have been good enough to be on our panel have all uniformly expressed the perspective tonight that they would like to see Don't Ask, Don't Tell overturned and to allow gay men and lesbians to serve openly in the military. I don't want to assume that that's necessarily the perspective of everybody here in the audience. There may well be people